Hello dear friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing a what's in my bag video, but with a little twist. I already did that one. This is going to be a what's in my backpack, but it's really going to showcase all of the tools that I use to succeed in all my classes. This video is a little bit late, but guess what? It's because I have my classes. So be it, you know? Also, I would like to say hello everybody. There's so many of you guys now. My last what's in my bag video kind of blew up, and I hear all of your cries. I hear all the comments of you asking for different content, and that's really exciting. But I also realized I haven't properly introduced myself to the internet, so I'm gonna do that now with hello. My name is Carol Pauline, and I am just a 20-year-old girl who is a nutrition major in dietetics, and this channel really is kind of another outlet for my creativity. I would like to specialize in a lot of book content because I love reading. I think there's my little stack of books right there. But I also love doing vlogs and really just kind of the stereotypical. I love being like every other girl, guys. I love I love making content that I love watching. So that's why I'm here again doing another what's in my bag video, but kind of more of the study tips. I do plan to do a few videos of what do I eat in a day as a nutrition major, here's a little room tour, stuff like that, along with kind of just taking you out with me, or a lot of book reviews. It's a good mix of things. I love a lot of things, and I hope you guys enjoy all of the things that I make as well. So thank you so much for all of the new subscribers and for all of the new views. It really boosts my confidence, and I'm really excited to make this content for you guys. But that being said, a good chunk of you guys, a good chunk of my viewers aren't subscribed. So this is my little plea. I would honestly love to start making a little bit of money from this content. I think it's a lot of fun, but also I am still a girl who is in college. So wish me luck, and thank you so much for joining me on this video. And let's go ahead and start. Okay, I know I literally said in my past video that I can actually fit a lot of the stuff in my every today and leave bag, which was true until I took this anatomy and physiology course, and it is kicking me in the booty bum cheeks. So that being said, the entire reason why I have this backpack that I used to use in high school is just for this one binder, because I can't fit this binder. I cannot fit this binder in this bag. So unfortunately, it has become a game of me switching my bags over and over again. That's my dog. It has become a little challenge. Not really a challenge, but I have kind of to fight between, do I want to bring my entire backpack, or am I just going out and I have the regular stuff that I have in my bag? So a lot of the stuff that was in my bag is also kind of in here, but I will be doing an entire little iPad tour, and finally an in-depth planner tour, because I'm telling you, that is my lifeline, and I need water. Be right back. But anyways, to start, I will go ahead and kind of show this off, but not really, because I don't want to dox myself, nor do I really think you guys are super interested in what is in here. This literally shows my syllabus. Oops. These two big floppy pieces of paper are assigned lecture notes and lab notes. And I would like to say that this wasn't my choice, but for professors out there that do provide this sort of stuff, I adore you and I love you. I do have a second copy because my former classmates did actually give me their notes to reference for when I was lost, and it has been a big help. But it is truly what is just taking up a good chunk of my backpack space. Though I am going to start off really quickly before we get into all of the cool thingies. I'm gonna show you. It's flashcard season. It is flashcard season. What is a valence shell? It is the outer shell of a cell, right? Of an element, right? Valence shells do not form bonds. It is the outside shell. I'm cooked. I guess one of the first tools I will be sharing right now is kind of just the use of flashcards. Within the past classes, okay, let's backtrack and give you guys my entire life story real quick. But unfortunately, CSUs are expensive, so I am still here. And I did end up switching to nutrition because I am incredibly passionate about health when it comes to food and the entire like American system and stuff that I won't get into. But I did end up switching my major, and this is kind of like my first proper time taking my STEM classes. I haven't really taken any STEM classes since high school, and I'm loving it. I'm really loving it, but it is intense. It is rigorous, and this entire binder is just for that. So I guess the first thing that I'm properly going to show off is the use of flashcards, especially when it comes to STEM classes or strictly memorized based classes. I have flashcards all over my room and within my bag. These are just the ones that I filled up for the first and second chapter. And there's a third one that I'm going to make flashcards for because my quiz is on Wednesday. It is a lot. It's a lot. But I don't really know how much I need to promote the use of flashcards. I think you guys understand just how amazing it is, but I guess I will share. It is nice to have steady friends and regular friends that are as passionate about education as you to help you succeed. So these are the first things, because I'm not really going to show you guys the rest of this folder again, just because I don't really want to dox myself. But here's that. The second thing that I have in my bag is my Louis Carmen. I keep bringing her up. I'm not really going to show you guys anything in here just because I've gone over it so many times now. I feel like I keep repeating myself. But really, the Louis Carmen right here is just kind of with me for the sake of when I do read for pleasure on my own time and I want to write in my reading journal for all my lists and stuff. I wouldn't say this is really helping me out academically, though when it comes to reading certain books that I do want to process better, it is a lot of fun. Eventually, I promise I'll do a proper Louis Carmen journal ecosystem tour, but that is not today. That's not today. I'm just letting you know that this is always with me no matter where I go. The second thing that I have going on in my backpack is my glorious, beautiful pens. This is just kind of the 5-star pencil case. I have been thinking about getting a bigger one or a different one just because I carry a lot of pens because I need colors. I use it for my planner and I use it for my physical notes. But as you can see, it's really filled up. The only reason why I haven't switched the case is because I don't want to buy another case, but also because I haven't found other cases that are larger than this and that have the pens sitting up like this. I love that they're side up like this. I think it's delicious and beautiful. But as for the sort of pens that I do use the midliners. And I'm gonna say this right now. By no means am I trying to promote or influence you guys to buy these things. These just happen to be the brands or the tools that I specifically use that help me grow. If you find that you kind of resonate with the way that I study and the way that I think, by all means, go and find whatever you need. But by all means as well, I am not promoting the use of midliner pens just because they're fancy. Admittedly, I bought these originally just because I thought that they were nice and fancy, but if I were to promote this, I like the dual tip. I like that there's a small side. I like that there's a long side. And also I spend a lot of times at Barnes & Nobles, and they do sell various amounts of colors of these pens individually. So I haven't bought a pack since like my junior year of high school. I only replace the pens that need a color refresh. But besides that, those are the highlighters that I use. I also have the Crayola markers right here that I use for my planners. I typically only have 1 or 2 of them in here because I don't really need more colors than such. You'll understand when I show you my planner. But along with that, I also have these Papermate felt pens that I use. And this is where I would love to recommend, because these are my favorite pens in the world. I love them so, so much. I'm the type of girl who has big handwriting, so I typically go for smaller pens, partially because I like the way it looks, and also because I feel like my handwriting is typically, like, it can be really big if I use a big pen. But when I use these small pens, everything is totally fine. When I was in Europe, there was a Muji store. That's what the brand is, Muji. And I bought an entire 10-pack of the black and blue pens for my brother and I, along with a whole entire, like, colored pens, if it will focus. I guess it doesn't matter. The point is that I finally have all of the colors of the Muji pens in the 0.38 size. I love them so, so much. They're so wonderful, and I use them for my everyday use. And I also bought the refills because they do have refills, and I love that because I don't want to keep buying pens over and over again. I just need the ink. But those are all the type of pens that I use, and the beautiful pencil pouch that I kind of want to replace, but also, like, I'm not going to if I don't need to yet. It's just that this is a little full. It is a little full, and if I tried to fit in like 2 or 3 more pens, it would pop. It would pop. But there's that. Another thing I also kind of have with me, this is now, I have 2 of them on the floor right now. Admittedly, I'm trying not to shop. This is what I didn't have in my previous What's in My Bag video, just because I couldn't find it. But I do want to say that I've begun bringing my little, Bagu bags. I completely forgot the brand name. Yeah, the Bagu bags, and I have the Miffy ones, and I had a third one, but I couldn't find it, and I miss it dearly because whenever I'm out with my friends, typically we do go and shop for some cool school supplies. Maybe I need to bring extra textbooks, you know, impulsive purchases. I love having these with me. Godsend. Beautiful. But you don't need them. You don't need them if you have your own bags. I just like the Bagu brand because they fold in on themselves, and that's really it. And now onto all of the extra little things that I have in my bag. Not really extra little things. A quick overview is I carry my diary with me. I still have not completed it. This is the Lectern. Oh no, this is a Moleskine. This is a Moleskine brand. I've had it literally since 2020, either the beginning of 24 or 23, because I was not consistent with my journaling, and that is okay. It's okay to not be consistent in your journaling, except sometimes your girl needs to rant or some downtime, so obviously I always bring this with me. My current read right now is The Cost of Living by Deborah Levy. I bought this while I was in Lisbon, and I'm finally getting to it. I'm only on page 45, but I am really enjoying it. I think it's really nice, but this is not a book review, so we're gonna put it down. This is where I literally said I'm not trying to influence you guys, but this is what I use, and I absolutely adore it, and I love it. But everyone else's brain is different. Everyone has different systems, and these are what work best for me, and I adore them and I love them. And I also just like the way the brand looks. These are my study and my regular day-to-day life planners, and kind of as a way to super duper show that this is literally my holy ground Bible, is that it's my second time buying it. And I will be showing you guys every, like, I don't want to dox myself. I'm not going to dox myself. So I'm going to be showing you guys this one and how I use it and plan and organize my life. Because it's the same system. It's the same system and I love it. But just because of, like, how long that's going to take, I'll start off with my study planner. Once again, this was more of an impulsive purchase for me. And you do not need this. But I need it. I need it. I'm gonna admit I need this. A big thing with me that you could probably tell with how many like things I carry around is I feel like I cannot have everything in one single place. I feel like it becomes too bulky and too confusing. So I do love having all of my thoughts separated, especially when it comes to my study planner. The way that I utilize this, I guess I can dox myself, whatever. The way that I utilize this is I literally just write down my Canvas assignments or any quizzes that I need to study for, and I write them down, and then I cross them off once the time comes for it. Or whatever. I believe this is a Korean brand. It is called Life in Pieces. And this can be found in Barnes & Nobles, or you can go on the online shop. I had someone ask me last time. So if you do want to listen, oh my god, if you do want to buy a new planner and you like the way I system and like organize my things, by all means, I totally recommend it. I love it so much and I adore it. But again, if it doesn't fit you, you do not need to buy these things. But this is kind of just how I organize all of my thoughts and stuff. I would write down, and let me find a different page actually, because I would color code them, and I still do to this day. I just kind of color code them differently. Like, see with this one, I would color code my classes because it helps me organize everything out, especially with labs or certain dates that I need to know. This was a really busy week, holy crap. And I would cross it off as I go, just because it is nice to be able to see everything. And also there is, there's like this time tracker area. There's the subject, contents, the date and to-do list. I organize it in a different way than what it is probably set up to be. And that's just how I work. That is just how I work. And this is my little study planner. I love it so much. I also have, in the very beginning pages, kind of an organization that I'm not going to show you because I don't want to dox myself, of my like, my success way path to transferring and graduating. But all in all, this is my beautiful study planner, and I love it so much. And now as for the holy freaking grail of this is the old one, right? Yes. As for the holy grail of planners, I totally recommend, and I adore this thing. It is a bit hefty because of how much I used it. And again, this is my second time purchasing this. Is the Your Planner, this is your planner for 12 months, the Life in Pieces brand. The biggest thing about this planner is that it is not dated. It is not dated, so you can pick it up and start it whenever. And if you do miss a week or whatever, you're not wasting any paper. And I, as a girl who is very busy and sometimes falls into the pits of sadness and whatever, there are some days, there are some weeks where I just can't fill out the planner. I'm sure many of you guys feel this and understand it as well. It's just kind of the like, oh man, I was so consistent for like 3 months and then suddenly I wasn't. And with this planner, you can also definitely see where my mental health started declining. You can see how like organized and like, you know, how filled in everything was. And I believe there is a certain space where I kind of dwindle and give up before switching along. But I think that's really fun. I love that this planner not only helps me organize, but it also, now looking back on this one, I can kind of see what brought me down, what kind of got me going, and what I needed to help me organize. But let me show you an actual page of this. Okay, so I need you guys to bear with me. I don't have any of those like phone stand thingies, and my dog is right there watching us. So this is just gonna be me very, very, very doing my best trying to show you guys the planner and how I would organize things. As you can see here, I started this planner in August. I started this in August and I didn't do very well when it came to kind of beginning it. That's because it took me a bit of time to kind of find out exactly how I need to organize things, what things I want to put on my planner, and just kind of like everything I needed to do. I did end up, okay, the main thing that I did when it came to my planner specifically for when it came to education and stuff was always putting the big things on my planner, because I would also, you could see here like the work times that I used to do, but I would also do this. I got this from Eden. Hi Eden, you're probably watching this. I stole this from my friend Eden because she uses a whiteboard planner, and I was like, wow, I can't really do that. There's something like about it. I need to see it. I need to carry it. And I was like, wow, your planner kind of always looks so like kind of bare, because I don't know if I did it in this one, but I used to always write down like my entire freaking schedule. And then my other friends were like, no, that's so overwhelming. Like eventually you're going to remember, you don't need to do that. And I was like, you're right. Because I would usually write down my entire schedule on the planner for my family to look, because we have a big calendar downstairs, but then I realized this is just for me. So I do put the big events that kind of are important. I would also change up how I cross things out just for the sake of funsies. And a lot of this is super color coded. So these would be like, the colors of green would be like, oh, paydays. It would be like, this is a new month, kind of birthdays and such. And this is like the epitome of how I would organize things. So the biggest way that I love to organize my planner is through time blocking. Again, this has no previous dates, so you can see that this was back in last year of August the 19th, and this included like my work. This would include like my days. This was like a last summer vlog that I organized. I would use sticky notes, and I still do. Along with that, it has this kind of section of like week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Typically when I wasn't in school, I didn't know what to do with this, but in school now, I kind of practice it's week 1 out of 16 or week 2 out of 16. There's also this side that I really didn't know what to do in the beginning, but I did end up making it a clear like, oh, this is me tracking how much I would sleep, and I would do that by marking it on the side over here, and then just kind of counting by like the time I assume I fell asleep to the time I started getting up and doing things is the amount of time I would sleep. And it was really nice to be able to track how much I slept for the sake of like, oh, this is fun, but also like, am I gonna be really tired? How much more food do I need to put in my body? How gentle can I be with myself? Because if I only slept for 5 hours, damn, like I need around 7 to 8 hours to like get a good rest, you know? So I love tracking how much I would sleep. Down here, you can also do all your habit tracking, which I really, really loved. Reading, gaming, showers, spending, etc., etc. the shower part, try not to shame me. I have been diagnosed with anxiety and depression, and it's gotten a lot better since high school. But that's the reason why I would do that. It would also help to keep me accountable for days where I was so exhausted and it was like, okay, I need to go do these bodily tasks and stuff. So we could flip to other days as well where everything's kind of similar. Very busy life. Again with the time blocking. Oh, I probably should pause. Let's go find another page. We'll do this week. Look how fun. Look how fun and organized this is. I have different color codings for my work schedule. I have different color codings. For me, blue is always attributing to any school in my classes. Again, you could see here, I would alternate the colors for the kind of day bleeding over for how much I slept. Back and forth right here as well. I also love doing this as well. I like trying to write down my highs and lows. For a while I would do both highs and lows, but I've come to understand that like sometimes there isn't a low and sometimes I really need to find that high. So there's a lot of that stuff right there. They also have this kind of small section right here to kind of document how happy, productive, and satisfied you were. I don't typically use this part just because I didn't feel the need to, especially if I already wrote my highs and lows. Also because I don't like kind of reminding myself of how unproductive I felt, so I usually forgoed it. I didn't really do anything with that. Up here as well, there is kind of a to-do list area, but I would usually opt for using my sticky notes. And yeah, a lot of stuff like that. This is how I would organize with my planner, and it's really the exact same format that I do right now. I just don't really want to show my current schedule, but this has been my godsend. Even though I did say that, typically people who use planners end up buying it and then they only are consistent for a certain amount of time and then they don't use the rest of the pages. You can probably tell I was pretty freaking consistent. But that isn't to say that there weren't some days where I put in less energy because of how like busy I was, how tired I was. Maybe there just wasn't anything going on with the week, so I decided to not do anything with the next week's spread and I would skip to the next week. But yeah, and even so, I did end up just kind of not using the last few pages, and I switched to the other planner. But that is to say, I do love this thing. I love it so much. This keeps me in check. This keeps me totally organized, and I love it. And if you guys kind of feel like you need a similar system, I totally recommend it. Again, this is your planner. This is your planner for 12 months in the brand of Life in Pieces. And these are found in Barnes & Nobles, or you could probably go online and find it. But this is my everything. I love it so much. Alright then, but that's everything with my planner. I love it so much. And again, I'm so sorry that I had to film it like that. Maybe someday I will have a big thing to post my stuff on. But the final things I really carry along with me, and is kind of the biggest bulk of what I carry around with me in my backpack, and it's just because it's heavy, are my laptop and iPad. And once again, I am gonna do a cute little iPad tour because someone said I should, and I was like, you know what, yeah, it does align with this kind of video. Once again, I need to share over and over again, I am not trying to influence you to get any of these products. In fact, I kind of hate Apple right now. But as a student and as a creative, I do find my Apple ecosystem really convenient, and I do love it. This laptop was a gift from my boyfriend, the iPad was a gift from my father, and I'm filming on my phone. But once again, you do not by all means need these things. It is just what helps me, and it helps me to like stay organized, whether it be with school or these projects. But really nothing much to show you on my laptop. I just want to show off how cute it is, and I also don't know how to screen record, so I might just put a picture, look at it, and then I'm gonna show you now. I used to have other widgets up here, but for some reason Apple keeps taking them off, and I don't know why. But on my laptop screen, I have my book club right here. I have my dog, and I have my boyfriend and two of my best friends, and then my boyfriend is also standing in the corner right there. I changed the like folder icons, which is really easy. I might post a reel about it if someone needs it, because I've had a lot of friends ask me how I do it. But it's really just like a quick, cute, organized thing. There's nothing more I can show you, just because it's like I know you guys know how to use Google and Chrome. But I guess I will. I'm lying to you. I guess I will show ya. I will show you my canvas, just because I use better canvas. And when we find out what the widgets are called, or the widgets, better canvas and tasks for canvas to help me kind of like super duper organize my page. There's that. I have it organized to like Studio Ghibli. I like having all my tasks shown, and really I just think it's cute. I think it's cute. And if organizing all your stuff is what helps you, so be it. So be it. Go do whatever you need to kind of like satisfy, glorify, and have a little bit more fun with your education. So there's that with my laptop. There's, once again, really nothing else I can show you guys, just because you have your own systems and I don't really know what I can help you with whatever you use on your computers. So there's that. But as for my iPad, I will show you everything on it, because I did recently reorganize everything, because I'll show you some screenshots of what my home screen looks like. You just saw my laptop. This is what like my home screen stuff looks like, because I love organizing it. I will say this is a long, lengthy task that you should never ever start at like 10 p.m. because you won't be done till 1 a.m. The entire way that I did these is just kind of using the Apple shortcuts, because Apple loves making customization hard. And you don't need to do these things. I just love doing it because I thought it was a fun little project to kind of customize everything. A big thing that a lot of my friends and even some of you guys pointed out is how much my room gives off my energy, and that makes me really happy. And all of my devices also do the same. So that's what that looks like. But on my iPad... Okay, so in terms on what's on my iPad, this is my landing page. The video keeps killing itself because I have to like move from the front page. So this is actually just the wallpaper that I made myself. But to show you the wallpaper that you would probably see on my home screen, or not my home screen, my lock screen is a picture of me and my partner over here. And then these blue flowers are from Freerin and this cute little like blue gingham. Because then when we leave, we come onto here. And this is kind of a cute like showing again of how I organize my iPad. But yeah, this is my landing page. There's really not many big apps on here because I don't use it the same way I do my phone. So we can kind of just look. We got settings, photos. These are like the games I have. On the left, this is just a widget with like a really cute picture I found on Pinterest, and I love like a good morning breakfast. I thought it was really cute. On this page right here is more of my entertainment. I've got YouTube, Spotify, Pinterest, and Procreate. Procreate is an artist app that I use. I used to draw a lot when I was younger, but now it's what I use more for my thumbnails, for other creative works, but I still like to draw every now and then. I also have the New York Times games, which I was going to play a game with you guys at the end of this video the same way Hank Green does, but I do not think I'm as smart as him, and I'm gonna embarrass myself. But there's that. We've also got Netflix, HBO Max, Disney, and then Kindle, Substack, Libby, and Goodreads. If I'm being completely honest, I don't think I've even used the Kindle app on my iPad yet, but I have been using Libby and Substack to kind of pretend I'm reading a newspaper every day. But besides that, you can also see the really nice pictures of my friends and I here. The top left is with my partner and I, my beautiful, beautiful boyfriend. And then all of my best friends down below here on the little film strip. And then this is probably the side that you guys are most interested in. I have my focus friend, Canvas, I don't know how I say Canva, Canvas, Google Drive, Outlook, GoodNotes, and Docs. And because of the major that I'm taking and all the classes that I have, I do have the periodic table up there. Also a little flex of my grades. We can ignore how I'm already at a B despite it only being the third week. But yeah, this is kind of just like, this is literally all I have on my iPad. But I do use GoodNotes all the time when it comes to, you know, taking my notes in classes. I really love the features of how you can record. There's a microphone at the top. And I actually have a lot of lectures already on here that I've been saving just for me to look back on, because a lot of the lecture halls that I have, my professors talk really quickly. And obviously, I think I could show you actually. Yes, it shows you in real time, like the writing that you do when it comes to listening to the lectures. Here are a few of my notes that I've had to do recently. Very, very dramatic stuff. But I think the only downside to using GoodNotes is that it is a paid app. And I bought this template. I bought this template and I've just been kind of copy pasting it, but there's that. I really love the use of GoodNotes though. It has a lot of different features and different pens that I love, as you guys saw with all of the different pens I have. They have this highlighter, obviously the eraser, the pen that I like to write in, a sort of pencil font. Oh. And then they also have this tape thingy that can be used backwards and not upside down, but kind of behind and front, that you can use as a sort of sticky note. And then obviously these like shape tools and all the things that you see up here is a lot of fun. But I really love using GoodNotes for my notes, though I do typically still like to use the lecture guide that my professor gave me because it has everything. This is more just so I can continue recording and then like look back on whatever he had on the board. But then I guess the only other thing that I would really like promote and show off that I use, because I assume most students use the same thing, would be my focus friend. This is Barney Bean. This is John Green's? No, this is Hank Green's little app. And it's ADHD friendly. It's another one of those focus apps, but the thing that really gets me is that if I try and focus and I break the timer, hold on, I'll just make you guys sit through this and be sad about it with me, right? This little bean, all he wants to do is knit. All he wants to do is knit stuff. But then if you, hold on, we're gonna wait for the canceling to end. If I make him stop focusing, all of his work goes away, and it's so sad. And admittedly, like my iPad, I don't have to use it as often the way that I do my phone, but you can buy and like decorate his room with all the socks that he makes while you let him knit. But I really like it. It is quite fun. I kind of use it the same way I would the Pomodoro method, where you kind of take 20 minutes to focus and then 5 or 15 to take a break. I kind of just do that, but with this bean. But let me put a little picture on the side of how much I've got going on my phone. But yeah, that is what my iPad looks like. All of the things I utilize specifically for school. The rest is kind of just to enjoy my life and, have a good time. But I guess that is all. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you all, and just to show my dedication and love for you guys. Give me a sec. I love you. Bye-bye.